Y'all, Banff National Park is a bucket list destination for so many people, and for really good reason. I have been multiple times and I'm still going back next year. I'm going back for more. Today we're going to talk about the 7 things that are on my current Banff bucket list, and the best part, I have taken those 7 things and put them into a trip that I'm hosting next year, and you can come with me. You can join me to experience all of these incredible spots next year on my upcoming trip, and of course you can check that out at the link in the description. From iconic tea houses to adrenaline pumping climbs and even a luxurious soak in the mountains, this list has it all. So let's dive in. Hey y'all, I'm Jeffrey. Welcome. Banff has been a dream destination of mine for years, which is why I've been there multiple times. But even still, there are a number of bucket list to-dos remaining on my Banff bucket list. So when I decided to host a group trip next September of 2025 to Banff, it was obvious that these 7 adventures had to make the itinerary. So let's dive into my list, and if the things I'm telling you about today inspires you, there is still time to grab a spot on my Banff trip. It is September 2025, and you can get all the details for the trip at the link in the video description. So without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, first on the list, I have done this multiple times. I've done this every time, in fact, that I have been to Banff, but it is the Lake Agnes Tea House Trail. Now, this is a must-do hike in Banff. It's relatively easy to moderate. It leads to a charming little tea house surrounded by stunning alpine views. If you have seen any photo of Banff, you've likely seen a photo of Lake Louise, which is a gorgeously turquoise colored lake surrounded by mountains. This trail goes along Lake Louise up to Lake Agnes, which is a smaller alpine lake above Lake Louise, and there is a little tea house that has teas and coffees and some snacks like pastries, sometimes some soups, some like finger sandwich type things, things you would expect at a tea house. It's 4 to 5 miles, again, moderate in difficulty, but some really gorgeous views for not a super intensely physical hike. A couple tips. Number 1, I would suggest going earlier in the morning to plan to be at the tea house when it opens before the crowds arrive, because it can get pretty busy. It's a really popular spot. And the other tip is to make sure you've checked whether it's open or not. It does close, obviously in the shoulder seasons. And so just double check to be sure it's open. It's really disappointing to get up there and it not be open when you were expecting it to be. I actually had the opposite happen last time. We were going to do the hike anyway, but we thought it wasn't open, but I guess the weather had been better than expected, and so they opened a few days earlier than expected, so we got a little tea house surprise. But I knew this had to be on the itinerary for my group trip because it's just one of Banff's most iconic experiences, so it's kind of a must-do. Okay, next up on my list is the Rockpile Trail and the Lakeshore Trail around Moraine Lake. Now, Moraine Lake is iconic, and apparently this trail offers some of the best views of its also turquoise waters, similar to Lake Louise. It's an easy 2-mile trail, and apparently, well, this is the reason it's been on my list. Apparently, the sunrise and sunset photos are pretty epic. So it's apparently the perfect way to either start or end a day of adventure. So that is why it is on the itinerary for my trip. Okay, next on the list is Via Ferrata. Is that how you say it? The Ridge Walker. So this, I think this is going to be the adventure of a lifetime. Imagine scaling cliffs and crossing suspension bridges, but it's all with the help of a guide. And the thing is, it's there's no climbing experience needed. Everything's provided, and it feels riskier than it really is. So for thrill seekers or anyone who wants to push their boundaries without actually taking risk, I think this is apparently, again, I haven't done it yet, but I hear that this is a really awesome experience. So this is on the list. And I've been told that you should bring gloves. I've been told that it gets a little chillier up there than you expect, and you want to be able to hold onto everything because you're apparently climbing around. So this is one of those, I think, pinch me experiences, and so I wanted to get it on this itinerary.
Hello! Hey, if you are sitting there thinking, oh, I want to travel more, I want to go on more adventures, come with me. I host trips around the world. We've been hiking in Patagonia, we went looking for the Northern Lights in Iceland, trekking in Nepal, camping in Banff, Canada, in the Canadian Rockies. We do it all, and we have a real good time. Everyone's welcome, and all the details for any current trips, just click that little bubble up in the top corner, or go to my website, jjb.life/travel. And we almost always make at least one group cringy TikTok. So come hang out with us. We're a real good time.
Okay, this is another relatively easy hike. This next one is the Grassi Lakes Trail. I have done the super intense Banff trips, and this time I just wanted a more chill Banff trip. I wanted to experience nature, but I also wanted to relax, have some time on my own. I honestly haven't spent very much time in Banff proper. So anyway, this is an easy hike. You'll notice all of the hikes, these are all easier hikes. They're hikes that I haven't done, again, because I've always been on like, action trips. And this one is not that. This one is going to be a chill, relaxed trip. So I'm getting all these easier hikes knocked off my list. So Grassi Lakes Trail, again, this is a relatively easy hike, and it goes up to more stunning of those turquoise lakes with epic mountain views. It's a really gradual incline, and it's a family-friendly trail. It's easy enough that you could take the kiddos if you wanted. Okay, next up on the list, speaking of wanting to spend more time in the town proper of Banff, next up is a Banff bike tour. So I think exploring Banff on two wheels is going to be such a fun way to take in the scenery, really cool views from town, and visit the landmarks like Bow Falls and Surprise Corner. This is a pretty easy 6.5 mile ride on flat paths. Wear comfortable shoes, obviously bring a camera, but I thought this would be a perfect way to see Banff while doing something active that's not too intense. So that's why it's part of this adventure. Okay, next up, yet another hike, Chester Lake Trail. Now, this hike takes you on a really serene, chill, alpine lake trail. It's surrounded by meadows and peaks. Apparently, it's quite a gem that not a lot of a ton of people know about, or at least it's not super busy and overrun with tourists like others. So this is an easy to moderate hike, 5.8 to 6 miles, and apparently it's very good for photography. This trail's just less crowded, so this should be a fairly kind of peaceful little retreat. It's a quieter escape from Banff's busier trails, and I thought a perfect addition to this itinerary. Okay, next up, the spa. I said I want this to be a more relaxed, chill trip. So I don't know how to say this. Kananaskis? I don't know how to say it. Nordic spa. But after all those adventures, I thought a spa would be the ultimate way to relax, picture soaking in hot pools with mountains all around. They're outdoor heated pools. They also have heated hammocks, whatever that means, I don't know. And obviously some pretty stunning views. Bring your swimsuit, bring a water bottle. You probably want to stay hydrated, but this is our trip's grand finale. I thought it'd be a perfect way to kind of unwind before we head home. If this sounds like your kind of adventure, again, I think you should probably just join me on my Banff trip. I've taken all the guesswork out of it, so you can just show up, we'll hang out, have a good time, enjoy the fun. Check the link in the description for more details. If you have any questions about the trip, feel free to DM me or email me. Banff is truly a magical place. I cannot wait to go back again. And these adventures are, they're just like a small sliver of what makes it so special. I also have tons of friends there, so I know how cool the people are. There's also tons of really interesting indigenous history there. So it's just a really, really, really special place. And I would love to share these experiences with you on my upcoming trip. So check the link below to learn more. And if you're seeing this later or this trip isn't for you, I also have other trips. So feel free to check the link in the description below, because I'm always hosting trips all over the world. So not sure if group travel is ready for you. Well, I created a silly little quiz to help you find out. It's called the Group Travel Survival Quiz. That's also linked below. We'll let you know if group travel is right for you, because quite honestly, it is not right for everyone. It just isn't, and that's okay. All right, until next time, see y'all later. Bye. Want to watch another video? Click here. Want to learn more about my upcoming trips? Click here. Want to subscribe and like all my videos and turn those bell notifications on?